for this project, we will need our cardstock, just an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and a fine marker, black marker, and then we'll also be using a thicker Sharpie marker. This is probably a medium tip. So we're going to be drawing St. Michael, and St. Michael is a favorite of many people. So we're gonna start with his head. His head's gonna be about 3/4 of the way up the page. So with St. Michael, we're going to draw his jawline first. We're gonna start with his face, and it's going to come down and then curve down to the chin. And then we're gonna start on the other side, come down and stop. So I'll have a little bit of a chin here at the bottom. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make his hair. So I'm gonna make him kind of a full head of hair, kind of swooshy. So make some zigzag, meet the face on the other side, and make several zigzags on this side. Now we want to go ahead and draw his ears. Well, his ears need to be right across from each other, right? So there's his ears. Now I'm gonna go ahead at this point and draw his face. So I'm gonna change the thickness of the pen that I'm using because it's really hard to get any definition with the bigger one. So we're going to start with his left eye and then move over to his right eye. So we'll make a curve, and then we'll make a similar curve on the other side, trying to make them fairly even. And then we're going to kind of like a leaf shape, both sides, and then stop. Now I want to make a larger circle that goes from top to bottom, larger circle from top to bottom, and then the inside of the eye, and you always want to leave a little bit of a white dot in the middle. That is called the dot of life, so it makes the character look more alive. Then I want to go ahead and make his eyebrows. So I think he has kind of bushy eyebrows, so we're going to make a little bit of a bushy eyebrow here and a little bit of a bushy eyebrow on this side. Right, makes him look a little bit tougher. Now we'll make a nose. So I'll start off to the side. I'm only going to draw one side of the nose because it's kind of difficult to make a nose look good, I think. So we'll draw just a little bit of an angled line, and then on the other side, make a little C with a dot. So there's nostril 1, nostril 2, and then an opposite C. So you're kind of like putting them in between parentheses marks. And then I'm going to draw his mouth. So I'm going to make his mouth curve down and then up again and then down. So he doesn't necessarily have a smile, but we can tell that he's serious, right? Now the next thing I'm going to do, can you notice, see how this eye looks bigger than that eye? So I can kind of fix that a little bit by making an eyelid. So if I make an eyelid, that kind of evens them out. And you may not necessarily want to make an eyelid, but I'm going to do an eyelid and a little bit of eyelashes, a little bit. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is go back to my thicker marker. We're going to draw his neck. So here's his neck. And then I want to make a neck of the shirt. I'm going to go ahead and make, so this is going to be kind of like an armor. Now, the next thing we want to do is make his shield. So for the shield, I'm going to basically draw an oval right here. So draw an oval. The good thing about the shield is it hides part of his arm, so you don't have to draw that arm. Then we're going to draw inside of this shield, I'm going to draw a cross. So the way I'm going to draw my cross is a backwards L. I'm and then try to evenly make one on the other side. And then once again, I'm going to make L's, upside down, sideways, every which way. And then I want my cross to be kind of fancy. So it's going to have a bump, and a bump. So it kind of looks like a clover. Bump, a bump, and a bump. Do that on all 4 sides. I want to encourage you to go to my website, mysacredart.com, if you enjoy this, and find the other drawing videos and different activities I have that can be used to help build your spiritual life. All right, so I basically then, once I drew my cross, drew another oval inside of it. The next thing we will do is I'm going to draw his shoulder to come out here. And it may be that your circle is too close and you can't draw your shoulder, and that's fine if it's that close. Then on this side, we're going to try to make that look even. Now, I want to draw down straight. I'm going to draw, this is part of his shield that he is wearing. The layers of the armor. Then we'll come and bring it in a little bit and make a waistline. Now, the next thing that we will do is we're going to make his arm on this side. So for his arm, I want to make a shield that goes over the shoulder on this side, and then we'll come straight down and make another portion of the armor. We'll make his elbow, another portion of the armor, and then we'll make his arm. Now he's going to be holding a sword. So the hand came down, the arm came down, and now I'm going to make a portion of the C right here. That's kind of his thumb, and then we'll make this part of the arm come around, and these are his fingers that are going to be holding onto the sword. Right here is where the sword will be, but I want to have, I'm not sure what that portion of the sword is called, the base of the sword, or the part that shields your hand. So that will be right there. And then the back of the sword is going to come out back here. And then we'll make the sword kind of follow through and go straight across. All right. Now, it's time for us to go on to the legs. So we're going to go out from the waistline out. So once again, this is a portion of his armor. It's going to be over his hips. Then the leg on the left side will come down. We'll make a little bit of a knee, come down, and we're going to be making a boot on him. So I want to start here and make kind of a area where the boot comes across and then down. And then once again, we'll go across the top. This is part of the armor on the shoe. And then the other side, this leg is kind of arched out a little bit, and it'll have his knee and the other portion of his leg, and the boot that comes across and then down. And this foot, again, the portion of the shoe comes to the front, and then the boot will come back. Now, we need to finish our head, or our hair actually, so I'm going to make his hair not too super long. I'm going to start about here because I kind of like his hair to look spiky and ruffled looking a little bit. And then we'll come this direction and finish out his hair. And now for the wings, my favorite part, the wings. So I'm gonna do the left wing because I wanna see what the left wing looks like before I draw the right wing, and so I can kind of try to make them even. So we'll come from the head up and make a arch and stop, kind of like at 7, really. And then we'll make another one. And these don't need to be even at all, but there'll be larger designs or lumps at the top, and then they'll kind of go down as you're going down the side of the wing. You'll go to some smaller ones. On the side, they look a little bit more like a cloud. Then on the opposite side, so it started about here, we want to make it start about the same place on the other side. So on the other side, we're going to make a similar wing, but it doesn't have to be exactly the same, right? And so we're going to make some bumps that kind of look like clouds and try to not make them too horribly uniform. So here is our St. Michael. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you don't get it the first time, then give it another shot. Go to mysacredart.com and enjoy drawing these different spiritual activities. On my website, there's tons of things too, but this one will really be a favorite for your kids. And hope you guys enjoyed yourself, and have a great day.